NPR.
In August of 2025, Erica McIntyre lost her job. So she did what a lot of newly unemployed people do. She went to apply for unemployment benefits. And early in the process, she had to verify her identity.
In the state that I was applying, it's an app that you download on your phone. You take a picture of your license, and then you take a selfie, and the software verifies that it's you.
Seems simple enough. But Erica actually had a lot of trouble uploading a photo of her license to this app.
It would just sort of spin and then die and say failure to register your picture. And I tried changing the lighting. I tried deleting the app and reinstalling it. I went on Reddit.
Erica called the state unemployment office. They told her to just keep trying the app.
It was so frustrating that I got stuck on the identity verification step because I was like, listen, Google me. Let's get on a Zoom. You can look at my face. I am literally on the front page of the New York Times.
Yeah, that's because Erica was arguably the most famous unemployed person in America at the time. President Trump had fired her from her job as commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is The Indicator from Planet Money. I'm Adrian Ma.
And I'm Waylon Wong. Economists like Erica say the U.S. unemployment insurance system is badly in need of improvement. Today on the show, we diagnose what's wrong with the current system and hear some ideas on how to fix it. Plus, we learn if Erica ever got that app to work.
This message comes from Rosetta Stone. Their latest innovation, Rosetta Stone Sapphire, helps you go from knowing phrases to speaking confidently. They have helped millions learn languages for over 30 years. Take your language skills to the next level with Rosetta Stone Sapphire. Get unlimited access to all 25 Rosetta Stone languages, plus all the new Sapphire learning tools. Visit rosettastone.com/NPR and receive 20% off today.
This message comes from Grainger. This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This message comes from Hims. Notice your hairline creeping back? Hims makes it simple to do something about it. Get access to prescription treatments with finasteride and minoxidil, ingredients that can help stop hair loss and regrow hair. Visit hims.com/indicator. Compounded drug products are not approved or evaluated for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. RX required. See website for full details and important safety information. Individual results may vary.
The baseline problem with the American unemployment insurance system is that it's underfunded and outdated. That's according to economist Catherine Ann Edwards.
I think the real, probably most succinct criticism of the unemployment insurance today is that we can do so much better.
The current system is funded by employers who pay both federal and state taxes. When a worker loses their job and files a successful claim, they receive a payment that's based on what they were earning before, and each state runs its own program.
This system came out of the Great Depression. Catherine says employers were asked to fund unemployment insurance so that they would be dissuaded from laying off workers.
They were trying to make it less lucrative for companies to lay off workers whenever business got slow by building in a benefit for those unemployed workers that those employers had to pay for.
But one problem, Catherine says, is that this system was created with manufacturing workers in mind. And decades ago, it was typical for employers to lay off people during slow times and rehire them when business picked up again.
Today, the U.S. economy is more oriented towards services than manufacturing. And people who get laid off are not usually expecting to return to that job. They're looking for a new employer or even a new career.
So that's one problem with the current system. Here's another one. Because each state runs its own program, there is a lot of variation in how workers qualify for unemployment, how long the benefit lasts, and how much money they get. Catherine says, let's say you and your work bestie are employed by the same company, but you work in one state and your friend is in another.
No, it's criminal. I mean, can you imagine you have the same job and the same wage and the same salary, and you both get laid off on the same day and they get 4 times the unemployment as you? Can you imagine if Social Security looked like that? I mean, people would riot.
So, depending on the state, there can be significant differences in how much unemployment benefits workers get. There's also a range of experiences with the application process. Remember Erica McIntarfer, the economist who was famously fired by the Trump administration? She couldn't get the mobile app to work when she tried uploading a photo of her driver's license, and she was filing for unemployment in Maryland. Erica said when she called the state unemployment office, she was told the mobile app was the only way.
We reached out to Maryland's Department of Labor. Spokeswoman Dinah Winnick told us that the identity verification step is a relatively new part of the process. She also said the state does offer other options like video calls or visiting an office in person.
Either way, Erica says she tried using the mobile app for 2 weeks, but by then, she was getting job offers.
I was becoming less anxious about how long I might be unemployed. About a fourth of people who qualify for UI never successfully file a claim. I was one of those. I threw in the towel. Apologies to anyone at the Maryland Department of Labor who's hearing this story for the first time on the radio. It's state capacity issues. It's no slight on the people who work in this system.
Capacity aside, Erica flags another problem. Workers aren't getting enough money. There are caps on benefits, and Erica says in most states, these caps haven't kept up with inflation. And like we said before, the payouts are based on a worker's prior wages. Erica says that today, the benefits aren't matching the reality of workers' expenses.
Yeah. For example, Erica says the median salary for a software developer in California is $170,000 a year. If they get laid off, unemployment benefits would replace just 10 to 13% of their income.
Just to frame that, like most people spend 30% of their income on shelter. So your UI is covering 1/3 of your housing cost if you were laid off as a software developer in California. That is a very low insurance rate for earnings.
She says federalizing the system more would make funding and benefits more consistent across states. And economist Catherine Ann Edwards is also in favor of a more federal structure. She envisions 3 tiers, depending on how long someone's been unemployed.
At every stage, you're eligible for the next level of benefits that is then designed to meet your unemployment situation.
The benefits would be most generous at the beginning, but be capped at 6 to 12 weeks. Workers facing longer-term unemployment would get less money but additional services like training and assistance with relocating.
Another big change Catherine proposes is that a much larger pool of workers would be eligible for benefits. Today, employers are the gatekeepers. They certify whether someone qualifies for unemployment. Catherine wants anyone who's out of work to qualify, even a college graduate who can't afford a job.
And Catherine believes there's a long-held stigma around unemployment. People who collect this benefit are often painted as lazy or taking advantage of government generosity. And she acknowledges that people who receive money when they're out of work do tend to be unemployed for longer.
How much longer is not really agreed upon, but it's marginal. Like it could be a week or 2. The worry about that is somewhat overblown because it's a time-limited temporary benefit to people who just had an income cut.
The way Catherine sees it, if the government gives unemployed people the money they need to cover their expenses, they'll have the breathing room to find a new job that suits them. And the better the match between the job seeker and the job, the more productive that worker will be.
The way that we treat unemployed people is if you lose your job, we expect you to start over, when in fact starting over is a very costly process in our economy. And so this is a way to essentially make our economy more efficient. And so then I get to put on my little economist tiara and sash and say hey, you don't have to like unemployed people. In fact, go on hating them. This is just about a more efficient, productive economy.
And then
True.
cue the music, and then the
cue
American
music.
flag is flapping behind you. America 250.
I think they should start handing out these economist tiaras and sashes. I think that would be a good look for the profession.
You think we should have economist pageants?
Yeah.
It's now for the talent portion, you're going to draw a graph.
So many graphs.
So many graphs. And if you're wondering what happened to Erica McIntarfer, the fired head of the BLS, she's now at Stanford University. And one of the topics she's working on is how to prepare the economy for AI-related disruptions. She says overhauling the unemployment insurance system should should be part of that conversation. This episode was produced by Julia Ritchie and Cooper Katz-McKim with engineering by Sina Lafredo. It's fact-checked by Sierra Juarez. Kicking Cannon is our show's editor, and The Indicator is a production of NPR.
This message comes from Capella University. That spark you feel? That's your drive for more. Capella University's FlexPath learning format lets you earn your degree at your pace without putting life on pause. Learn more at capella.edu. This message comes from NPR sponsor Charles Schwab with its original podcast On Investing. It's hosted by Liz Ann Saunders, Schwab's chief investment strategist, and Colin Martin, head of fixed income research and strategy for the Schwab Center for Financial Research. Each week, Liz Ann, Colin, and their guests analyze economic developments and bring context to conversations around stocks, fixed income, the economy, and more. Download the latest episode and subscribe at schwab.com/oninvesting or wherever you get your podcasts.